What's going on, people? It's your boy DJ Ice, aka Ice, however you want to call it. You know, your boy Ice. Whole lot of names to it, but it's all Ice. That's all I can say. So what's going on, yo? We doing this thing about Baltimore club music.
How did you first find out about Baltimore club music?
Actually, hmm, I think Scotty B, um, Scotty B, and Frank Ski. I think a lot of that. Uh, Diamond K. I'm gonna say definitely those three. Where I really started paying a whole lot of attention to club music.
How did it gain popularity in the city? Club music.
Oh man, how it gained popularity? I think really through Frank. I mean, I think it was like underground because like back then, a lot of stuff that you hear on the radio, you wasn't gonna hear in the clubs. So it was real heavy in the clubs, but really it took off when Frank came to town. Frank Ski and he was spending a little bit on the radio, I believe, and that's how it really like came off.
Describe what a club tape is.
A club tape. Man. All right. First of all, let's describe club music in itself. The difference. Okay. We a lot of people say it started in more so of a Chicago base. But if you remember, Odell's was doing a lot of house music. So wherever a lot of the house originated from is kind of where club music came from. You know, house music is like original, like a native drum beat. It's a constant beat, solid beat. Club music is more so a broken up beat, but up tempo, and it's broken. So with that being said, you always could tell a difference. So back then doing the club tape, you just knew what it was, and you knew it was coming from Baltimore, and it just caught on. A lot of booby tapes, um, a lot of Scotty B and them tapes. Definitely. I forgot it's one white boy. I cannot remember his name, but he did a whole lot of work. So it really came up to kind of
Equalizer.
Equalizer. That's it. Equalizer had a lot of music coming out. So that's kind of where it came from. You know, man, in the club tapes. We ain't had CDs then. It was all about the tape. So that's what happened.
How did you get involved in making club music?
I got involved in making club music for the one who's interviewing me right now. His name is Mr. Diamond K. Real talk. A brother of mine, always been a brother to me. Anything I asked him, dealing with, if he knew about it, he would share the info, and that's how it went. I mean, we just, came to him one day. I said, Diamond, I want to make a record. I want to make a label, and we just took off with it. He showed me step by step what to do. I got in touch with the right people. I started getting in the studio and making some things, and popped off. You know what I mean? And I got I got a lot of recognition on some of the stuff I made. You know what I mean? Especially from the techno kids and things like that. From stuff that we wasn't even involved in. You know what I mean? We're at different areas and different sounds. You know what I mean? Depending on what club you was in. So I was on a urban base, with regular club music, and then a lot of techno, a lot of white kids doing a lot of techno music. They was really heavy into what I was doing. So that's how that went down.
Okay, so how did the record with Lisa Mack come about?
Um, all right, how Lisa Mack came about. First of all, we had this bass line, D control. Y'all know what it is. And everybody was on it real hard, but I was trying to elevate it a little bit. And the thing that I like to do in my club music, I like vocals. I was trying to do my best to put more substance into it, so that the club music could travel a little farther. A lot of who started the club music was a lot of just samples and break beats, but I was trying to add more flavor to it. So that being said, everybody know my cousin Lisa Mack is definitely a heavyweight in Baltimore. Star Surge. She does menopause now. She's in Las Vegas. She does shows every night. I mean, she's definitely was a heavyweight, and it was like, I said, Lisa, we need to do something. So she said, come on, let's do it. So I wrote the song, and then we went to the studio. Neil Conway from the Basement Boy went to his studio, and laid it down. And it's funny, I had, and it was Eastside Represent, and then I had something on the other side of this album, but I thought the other side was going to do even bigger than that, and it just took off. So that's what happened with that.
Yeah, you talk about Frank Ski a little bit.
Frank. Frank a pioneer of the game. Just how he came to Baltimore. He did a lot of things. Frank get hated on by this and that sometime. But the man know what he doing. The man game is tight. All respect to him. All respect to him. You know what I mean? Because without Frank, a lot of us, especially with club music, you know what I mean. He really took it out the water. You know what I mean? Really gave us something to look up to for ourselves, and that's the problem right now. You know what I mean? We just like stepping to the plate. You know what I'm saying? So, I would love to see the originals, all of us, get back together and try to make it happen again. So that's it. Frank is a pioneer of the game, true pioneer. Much respect to him always.
This is the rise and fall of club music here on RadioOnFire.com. Every Friday at 12 noon, we drop a brand new episode of this weekly series where I get to sit down with some of the heavy hitters in Baltimore club music history, like the DJs, the artists, and the producers.